The following video may not be suitable for children 13 and under. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Transformers War for Cybertron spoiler package, I guess is the official product name, but we all know this is Ultra Magnus along with a Battle Master. I forgot his name, but the reason why they packaged him this way is apparently there are spoilers for the show inside. So this is the front of the box, and it's made to look like an ammo crate. Here's the back of the box. You can see it says spoilers inside, and on the side clearly it's Ultra Magnus there, and the other side. I like the packaging. It's pretty cool knowing, but you know, if I did not know on the internet what was inside, I'd probably be frustrated with this packaging. But let's open it up. Let's see. I already took out the tape, so it comes out like this. And then I guess you see this. Let's see if I can pull it out. So this is the first part of the package, if I can get it on camera without glare. So I'm assuming the words here might be spoilers, and apparently there is some sort of putty here. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I cut this out of its plastic holding. Personally, I'm not a fan of slime. Being a parent who has kids that love it and I find it all over the place. I don't know if it's slime or more like, I think it's Play-Doh. Okay, so here we have some Energon cubes. Now, personally, I am not a fan of this type of gimmick. Being a parent who has kids who love this kind of mess, it does serve as a reminder that Siege and the War for Cybertron trilogy toys are targeted at children 10 and up. But here are the Energon cubes, I guess, that it comes with. Very small and kind of rubbery. Alright, let's get on to the actual figure. Here is Netflix Ultra Magnus out of the package. He comes with this instruction sheet for Ultra Magnus and Rung, or as they call him, Autobot Battlefield Rung, all in one sheet. It comes with these two blast effects for Rung, two rocket launchers for the side of his arms. Very plain. Kind of disappointed that there's no paint apps on this. It's just molded in gray. No, they don't even have any weathering on it, so meh. Comes with his two side guns. Looks like there's nothing applied to it as well. Just in plain plastic. No paint. His main rifle, again in plain plastic. 3 Energon cubes that was in that black Play-Doh like substance. And we have Battlefield Rung in translucent plastic. Very cool looking. So mostly translucent, the arms are not, and this area is not. And we have Ultra Magnus himself. Now, this won't be, again, a full review. I've already reviewed Siege Ultra Magnus. This is basically a repaint of him, so I'll be doing a comparison of the two. So let's put this aside here. Take a closer look at Ultra Magnus. I'm not seeing too much of the paint apps. I'm just seeing different molded plastic, like this dark gray instead of white. I guess we have some of this paint apps down here where it was dark gray and then spray painted with white on there as well here on the bottom, but it's mostly dark gray. And then here we have dark gray spray painted with blue. And this looks like blue spray painted with dark gray. A little battle damage, I guess you can say. I'm not sure. I mean, I gotta be honest, this line has not been impressive at all. So here with the arm, you can see this is a molded gray plastic. It seems kind of hodgepodge, as if Ultra Magnus needed spare parts and couldn't paint them to match. Over here we have the white hands. Yeah. And I like Ultra Magnus as a toy, and I'll show you exactly why I like him so much as a toy in a few. But let's first get his accessories on. So let's put his rocket launchers, plain, very plain rocket launchers. The guns on his side, his leg here. And his rifle. And there we have Ultra Magnus fully loaded out. Now in the cartoon preview from Netflix, he had a cloak. It would have been really nice if they added a cloak to this Ultra Magnus for this set. Okay, let's put Ultra Magnus here on the side for a bit, and let's just take a look at Rung, because he is a part of this set. And I have already reviewed him, and I'll put a link to that in the card. But let's transform him real quick. I'm not sure how I feel about all the colors matching. You know, would have been nice if something was a little bit different, or at least if he had more paint apps, because he just looks like this long piece of plastic, clear translucent plastic. And I don't know what to do with these Energon cubes, but they are there. So here we have three different Ultra Magnuses, Ultra Magni. Actually, two different ones. We have here the original Siege Ultra Magnus, the Netflix Ultra Magnus, and the original Siege Ultra Magnus with the DNA Designs upgrade kit to give him a little height increase, as well as some weapons. But for this video, we're going to put this one aside and do the comparison of the two. The Netflix one is not that great in my opinion. It stands out so much that, I mean, just looking at the shoulders, the rockets, it's just this gray blob because there's no paint apps on it, so it doesn't really stand out. And then it's just all this gray on him that it like I said earlier, it just seems like a hodgepodge of parts for Ultra Magnus. In fact, I don't even mind the battle damage on Ultra Magnus, the original one. I think this one looks a lot better than this one. But let's go on and compare the two. As you can see, first of all, the rockets not being painted, pretty obvious. The change of plastic colors here. This is just all one gray instead of here it's broken down with blue and silver. The guns, difference of course. No paint apps here on the legs, and it's not outlined here like it is on the original, so an extra paint steps here, so lacking on this side. And then you have this gray plastic that's molded on, and again, it's like a hodgepodge of parts. From the front, you have the, over here is painted gray, the arms again, hodgepodge of parts. You have this little gunmetal paint or spray on there that's not here, but at this point to me it doesn't really matter. On the side, so you have this very weak attempt at putting white here. It would have been better if they just left it gray, because it looks so incomplete. Different molded plastic here with the gray as well, a lot of grays. Now on the back we can see that this is painted on, and this is a molded plastic. It's a darker shade of red. Then you have some paint down here, so a little bit more paint apps down here with the bumper. You don't get that with the original Ultra Magnus as well. And then you have a gunmetal on here, but even though the differences, this is not, I really don't like this Ultra Magnus, and I love this mold. In fact, Ultra Magnus was one of the first Transformers I reviewed for my channel. Okay, let's get these guys into their smaller robot mode and find some differences there. Here are the two Ultra Magnuses in their small robot form, and unfortunately the same thing in their large robot form applies for this Netflix Ultra Magnus. He just looks like a hodgepodge of mess. I don't know why. Let's take a closer look at him individually first. Yeah, you can see the paint apps here, but this is so clean. Looks like they applied paint to this panel separately and then assembled them together. And here you have this gray, but it's just, I don't know, it's out of place in my opinion. And then on the leg, you have the gray here as well. At least they kept the wheels painted. Nothing much in the back, but this looks like it's painted white plastic, and you can see some overspray here, which is odd, which kind of makes me wonder if did they paint this together while it was assembled. Yet this part they didn't. The face nice and clean, but yeah, and this part is a gray plastic, looks like it was painted white. Unfortunately, the robot mode, I think the small robot mode looks worse. Now let's compare the two. You can see something out really apparent. There's no Autobot symbol on him. No paint apps down here as well for this little gray that he has. And on the crotch area, there's absolutely no paint apps on that as well. I think that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of paint apps on the Siege version. The head, you can see, is painted differently. Like the mouth here is painted blue, but in here, the whole mouth up to the eye area is also painted blue. So that's a little bit of a difference. Not sure why they did that. The color white though is a lot brighter than the original. So this is more of an off-white, while this is a bright white. And from the back as well, you can see the plastic is gray, and then they applied blue, but it wasn't applied all the way around. So it's not, yeah, I don't know. So much could have been done better with this figure, but unfortunately it is what it is. One thing I did notice, there's this silver over here, and over here it just seems to be completely clear and transparent. Yeah, I opened them up and there's no paint app on the back here. All right, let's get these guys into vehicle mode. Here are the two Ultra Magnuses in vehicle mode. First with the small cab, because it's a lot easier to handle. Take a look at them side by side. Again, hodgepodge of parts, and yeah, this is a lot more uniform. I don't know, maybe in the story, in the Netflix story, Ultra Magnus gets blown up and he has to get a hodgepodge of parts when he's repaired. Hey, here we have Netflix Ultra Magnus and the original Siege Ultra Magnus, both in their full vehicle mode, trailer and all. And yeah, let's take a look at the Netflix. And I'm sounding like I'm being negative with this review. I'm actually am. There's so much potential for this. It could have been so much better, and unfortunately it's not. Again, it is my opinion, but yeah, take it for what it is. So you can see there's a lot of that gray going around, and of course that sticks out, or actually it doesn't. It blends in so well because there's no paint app, so it's kind of hard to tell that it is a rocket launcher. Now, the original Ultra Magnus had paint apps in here. As you can see, the Netflix doesn't, the original does. But yeah, even from the top, looks like a hodgepodge of parts. I mean, taking a look at the original Siege Ultra Magnus, I think it looks awesome, looks just fine. It's just, there was so much potential to make it a lot better. And the reason why I say that is I did customize mine, gave it battle damage, made it worn out, and I thought it really made all that detail pop out. But to see this, it doesn't seem like a lot of effort was made. Or I don't know, maybe just because it was mass produced. I mean, for me to battle damage my Ultra Magnus, it took me several hours. Well, of course, this is mass produced, and they probably expect so many to be made in minutes. But it is what it is. But definitely, if you already have the Siege Ultra Magnus, I don't think there's any need to get this one, unless you just want to be a completionist in this line. Now, normally I'll just give you my final thoughts, but I think by now, if you've been watching this long, you probably know my thoughts on this figure. So just let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.